Every time I got a relaxer, my scalp burned. Not the kind of burn that you push through, the kind that made me wonder if something was wrong. My stylist was already using the gentlest formula that she had, but looking back, I really think my scalp was trying to tell me something. My name is Joy, and I'm telling you 3 things I wish I had known before my CCCA diagnosis. The type of alopecia that I have, CCCA, stands for Centrifugal Cicatricial Alopecia, and it's actually an inflammatory condition. It starts at the crown and it works its way outward. And in my case, it was most likely developing slowly, much longer before I knew it was there. What I'm sharing today is not about blame, and I'm not getting into specific causes either. It's about something I wish I had done, honestly, a lot earlier, which is getting curious. Curious about my own scalp and curious about what my body was trying to tell me. So 3 things, let's talk about them. The first mistake is this. I spent years in protective styles, primarily weaves, and I had my very own crochet braid era. And I never actually stopped to ask myself why my scalp felt so uncomfortable. I assumed that was just how it was. Tight was normal, itchy was normal, a little bit of pain was normal. That burning feeling when I got a relaxer, even the gentlest kind, normal. Just felt like my scalp was on fire sometimes, and I accepted it. Here's what I know now. Discomfort is data. My scalp was sensitive, and looking back, it was unusually sensitive. And no one had ever told me that scalp sensitivity in and of itself was worth looking into. I treated that sensitivity as an inconvenience, but it was really a message. The styles weren't hurting my scalp, but my scalp was really trying to tell me something that I never stopped to investigate. If I had been even a little curious, if I had said, why does my scalp always react this way? Is this even normal for everyone? Maybe we would have found something worth paying attention to years earlier before I had any problem. So the lesson isn't don't wear protective styles. The lesson is know your scalp. Learn what is normal for you. And when something consistently doesn't feel right, not occasionally, but consistently, that is worth a conversation. That's worth a question. The second mistake was waiting for a medical crisis before developing a relationship with a medical professional who could help me with scalp issues. Now, I actually did already have a dermatologist, and I want to be very honest about that. I'm honestly grateful for that. I'd been seeing her for my skin for years. So when my loctician looked at my scalp one day and she got quiet, when she said that she saw red, and I needed to get it looked at, I was able to pick up the phone and make an appointment very quickly. And again, I'm so grateful for that. That was a game changer for me. But my dermatologist actually did not know my hair history, and I had never discussed my scalp with her. She didn't know about the relaxer burns. I still don't think I ever told her that. She didn't know how sensitive my scalp was and that it probably was more sensitive than most people's scalps. We were in a relationship, a medical relationship, but not about my scalp. Not about that. The one where she knows my whole story. I always say I rely on my professionals, my loctician, my dermatologist, my primary care physician, because they really keep me together. And I believe that deeply. But I would tell my younger self, don't wait until someone else is concerned before you start building that relationship with a medical professional around your scalp. If you are in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, or beyond, find a dermatologist who understands textured hair and just introduce yourself. Let them know your sensitivities, your family history. Let them meet your scalp before there's an emergency. If something does happen, and for those of us with CCCA, we've been here, you want a doctor who already knows you, not someone who's just getting acquainted with you. The third mistake is the one that I sit with the most, and it's simply this: I didn't know. I didn't know that there are types of alopecia that once the follicle is damaged, the hair may not come back. I had some general idea that alopecia meant, your hair falls out, then I guess it comes back. I didn't know, I didn't pay attention to it before, but I didn't know that there was a version where the inflammation destroys the follicle, and where the damage is permanent. CCCA is that kind of alopecia. And although I've only been diagnosed, I think I'm in my 3rd year now, and I'm doing well, I'm stable, I do already have some scarring, which means I do already have some follicles where the hair will not grow back. And so my top is thinner than the rest, and I'm working to hold on to what I have. Once I lose the hair, there's very little chance that it will grow back. And I have already lost some hair. That's why I have to get things right now, as much as I can for as long as I can. And I wonder sometimes if I had known when I was younger and my scalp was burning and I thought it was normal and I never really complained about it, if I had known that there was a scalp condition, a type of alopecia that was so quiet and so slow moving, moved slowly for years before it announces itself, that left permanent damage in its wake, would I have asked more questions? Would I have found a trigger earlier? Would that have led to me being diagnosed earlier? I don't know, and I don't, but I think the question really matters. Because for someone watching this video right now, someone who is still early and still researching, still wondering if what they're feeling is just sensitivity, this information can be protection for you. Knowing that scarring alopecia exists, knowing that CCCA affects the crown and that it moves outward, knowing most importantly, that time really matters. That is not meant to frighten you. That is meant to give you something that I didn't have. It's a reason to ask sooner. So if I'm leaving you with anything today, it's this. Listen to your scalp. Not the way we listen when something is already wrong, but the way you listen to someone you care about. With attention, with curiosity, with the understanding that your scalp may be trying to communicate with you long before it has to get loud. Build your medical team before you need them. Your loctician, your dermatologist, your trichologist, if you have access to one. Do your research. These are the people who can help you through your hard seasons. I know because mine have really kept me together. And get educated, not just to worry, but to be prepared. There is so much that nobody warns you about when it comes to our scalp, our hair, and really our bodies. And that's exactly why I'm here, to say things plainly so that you don't have to find out the hard way. Whether you're at the beginning of this journey, the middle, or somewhere just trying to figure out what this is and what's going on, I hear you. And you're not alone, because I have been right where you are. I'm still here, I'm still filming, and I'm still grateful. If what I'm sharing resonates with you in any way, please do subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.